Hi, my name is Sammy Reed, CEO of Elevate. Our company has designed a certification to bridge the gap between professional development and personal development. We do this by teaching a skill set, step-by-step processes that enhance social and emotional intelligence. These soft skills allow people to connect more with themselves, the people they work with, their families, and ultimately, the communities they serve.
Hi, I'm Sheila Kelleher. I'm a firefighter paramedic.
My name is Nick Galaz, and I'm an engineer paramedic.
I became a firefighter years ago because I always felt like I wanted to be physical in whatever it is I did. I was an athlete all through high school and college, and I really wanted to be able to help my community and use my physical ability to help other people.
I used to work construction, and when I found out about the fire service and all the different opportunities it had to work with the community, I realized that I would leave the job of working for money to accomplish a job now to working in a team atmosphere to accomplish helping people working in the community for same common goals, teamwork, same thing, but just for a better purpose.
I've been on the job 18 years, and I know when I started, it was easy. Our hearts were wide open, and it was easy to be kind and be a hero. But after time, and you've seen so much and done so much, things change, and the kindness kind of falls away, and burnout sets in.
So when I first came on and started learning about what the fire service was about, I saw a lot of great things, a lot of compassion and empathy. And then as the years go on, you start to see all of the burnout and the attitude and the lack of empathy and the lack of compassion. And you just start to see it, and then it becomes normal, and you just see it every day, and it just starts to spread.
And that's frustrating to see, because I think we all get into the fire service with the greatest of intention, and we are really here to serve other people in the biggest way. But when empathy and compassion don't show up with us, it is not pretty to see in the field. And unfortunately, it shows up for me. I see it when we go to the homeless guy that we've been on 20 times over the last month. And it's just as easy to show that guy dignity and respect, because we don't know the shoes that he's walked in his life to get him there. And that's what's so frustrating, because we lose track of that as firefighters, because we go on the same calls over and over and it becomes redundant, and it's real easy for compassion and empathy to slip away in situations like that. So it's really important that we're able to recognize that and figure out how to get back to where we started, in that center where we find the empathy and compassion and say, hey, we're here to help.
Seems to be a huge divorce rate in our occupation, and it's from a variety of different things. Part of it is not being able to come home and unwind and deal with our families in a normal way. We take the station home and we deal with our families the same way we deal with the opposite firefighters. We give them that alpha personality that we project at work. Now you're doing that to the 5-year-old daughter and your wife. And so you just take work home with you, and it just gets worse and worse.
Listen, we do life totally different in the fire station than we do at home. So unless you're able to kind of meld those two worlds with a common language or a common set of soft skills, then things are going to be different. And especially for younger firefighters that start, because they're really trying to find themselves in the process. And a lot of times they don't know how to do that in their home life as well. Now, if you look at fire service, all the polls out there show that firefighting is one of the most respected professions in our nation. And it's really cool to be a part of that job force that I get to say that. But also being one of the most respected, it comes with it one of the most stressful jobs out there. And the reason why is that we see tragedy all the time. And unfortunately, we visit people on the worst day of their lives, and that brings drowning, loss of loved ones, loss of property. And if you're at a busy station like I've been most of my career, I feel like I have a backpack on, and you go from one call to the next. And sometimes some of those tragic calls, you don't have time to even process it in your brain, and you just stuff it in your backpack and you're on to the next call. And over the course of just a day, a 24-hour shift, I may have seen 10 horribly tragic things, but I haven't had time to sit and process it. So that backpack ends up getting really full. And if you don't know how to stop and unpack it, then those straps start to fray and ultimately something breaks.
PTSD in the fire service is real. It comes in different forms. Sometimes we don't see it at first, but it could just be very subtle. A little bit of depression from another coworker, maybe not so much engagement and maybe even some of the lack of empathy and compassion.
You know, when we go through the academy, we learn all kinds of amazing things on how to take care of the public. But what we don't learn is how to actually unpack our backpacks, how to deal with the stress of the job. And we need those soft skills if we're gonna survive this. And that's how we get empathy and compassion back, where we take care of ourselves and we take care of each other. Traditionally in the fire service, we have been known to have one of the biggest teams on the planet, and teamwork is always a part of what we do. But it seems like now more than ever, our teamwork is on a decline, and that has to do with society in general. And I think when teamwork declines, connection declines. And it's in those connections and those day-to-day events where we work as a team that we really get to know the people that we're working for, and we can notice if something is off. We can also notice in ourselves if something is off by the way we're relating to other people.
We all need to be on the same page with our core values and understanding each other, working together, the team atmosphere, the team environment. We're all here for the same reason. It doesn't matter what we think outside of work. It doesn't matter what cars we drive or what type of clothes we wear. It doesn't matter where we came from. It's what we're doing here. We're all here together for the same reason. And that's what we need to understand. And that's what's going to make the difference.
And it can't stop when we get to the front door and your wife or your husband meets you at the front door and you're like, oh, not today, babe, I'm not gonna talk. I'm too much. We can't do that anymore. We have to really engage with our families as well. We all have to come from the same place and know we're all in the same team. So those soft skills, that ability to really understand our emotional and social intelligence is critical in the field that we've chosen. And then that just translates right out to the public. We show up better, we show up brighter, we're more empathetic, we're more compassionate, and we don't know what they're going through. And sometimes it's just someone in a uniform that's willing to help, that has taken their cape off for the day to come help them, that makes all the difference in the world. Okay, so we know what we need to do, right? We need to get better. We need to be kinder with empathy and compassion, but how do we do that? And I think we need to do that by a program that actually teaches us the best of our professional well-being and our social and emotional intelligence. And you need a program that gives you a step-by-step process. This is something you can't just figure out on your own. You really need somebody who's been there and done it, and an educational process that walks you through it. And when you go through it step by step, then you learn those skills, and it's something you can bring home to your family. You can teach them the exact same thing, which is really important. And then around the kitchen table, if we're all doing the same thing, we're all speaking the same language, and the environment gets better, the culture gets better, the climate gets better. We train like crazy on the hard skills. Now we need to really train on the soft skills. And like everyone says, the soft stuff is the hard stuff. So let's figure that out. And if we do that step-by-step process, I know it's going to work, and we're all going to be better for it.
We are here to help, to make the hard stuff easy. We look forward to speaking with you soon.